you doing? Let me know if you can hear me and if you can hear the game, please. Or, you know, just Spirit City Lo-Fi. I don't know if this can be considered a game, but let me know if you can hear everything. Thank you. Let me know how you guys are all doing. Everything sounds good. Hi, Say. How are you doing? Hi, Barry. Hi, Magic. How are you guys doing? Oh no! You didn't wake up to your alarms and you were late to work today. Okay, something like that happened on Friday for me, where I had changed my schedule. So I was actually supposed to wake up at 6 something, 7 o'clock. And I changed my schedule, but I forgot to change my alarm clock. And usually I would leave the house by 7:40, but it was like 7:35 when my sister texted me like, "Hi, are you leaving?" Or like she said something and I was like, "Oh no, I'm still in bed." I never got out of bed faster. There's nothing like the pure adrenaline of being late to wake you up. Or at least for me. Oh no, you were late to the point of your boss asking you where you were? Oh no! I didn't get to that point. You're hardly ever late or even call out. That's true. That's fair. Yeah. That's kind of really sweet though. The fact that they know that you're not that you wouldn't be away for no good reason, and they get concerned enough to immediately message you. I feel like for me, my coworkers would probably give it like, you know, 15, 30 minutes to see if I'm gonna rock in. Hey Mary, how are you doing? It is the same cycle. Hmm. It's the same cycle. It's completely the same cycle of are they concerned for you or are they concerned about the workload? You know, I'm sure deep down they're also concerned for you, right? Not just your workload. Same thing. Hope so. You know, we need a little bit of plausible deniability. you guys ever feel like taking a break from work or like vacation or something, or even just like stepping away gives you even more work because now you're like scrambling to see how much work you can get done before you go? Right? For me, I'm just trying to make things as seamless as possible because I have coworkers who need to cover for me while I'm gone, and I don't want to saddle them with everything, right? So I'm just there like, okay, let me get how much work can I get done right now just so because it's end of the year too. I think it's so difficult at the end of the year. Because everyone's busy. Everyone wants to finish things. Everyone wants to get paid. Everyone wants to finish their payment. Ah, and even with all that, I need to go in like the next day or so, and I still haven't started packing. This is great. I'm completely okay. I'm so normal. You blame all your years working retail. Yeah, yep. You know what? That's fair. That's so fair. Retail will make anyone hate the holidays. Having to work retail? Oh god. When you be married, tell that to the long line of angry, impatient customers. Oh my god, right? I swear, Boxing Day probably wasn't meant to be about boxing, but I feel like people took it too literally. I feel like you need anyone who works retail during Boxing Day needs to be entitled for hazard pay. feel like discounts make people go crazy. It's I feel like discounts make people a little dumber. Like people will see discounts and they don't really think about it. They just know that they need to have it because they see that it's on discount. Like here's the thing I was talking to my sister about, right? Just because something's on discount, like the buy two get one free, or buy three get one free. You don't just because there's a discount doesn't mean you have to buy three, you know? Paying for the three just to get one free is still gonna cost more than if you just buy two. Especially if like you only really need two. You shouldn't really push yourself to buy an extra one just so you can get one free if you only really need two. It took me a while to actually understand that for myself because I was actually that person who would buy more just to get the discount. I'm like, wait, why do I need more? I don't know at what point it triggered me to go like, oh, maybe I don't need to. Um, the Grinch. Ah, the Grinch. My favorite holiday movie will always be Home Alone. You can pry Home Alone from my cold, dead hands. I was asked the other day why nutcrackers were a symbol of Christmas, and I couldn't tell. I didn't know the answer because the entire time I was just thinking, nutcracker, um, maybe chestnuts roasting on an open fire, nutcracker. Like I knew there was like the whole. Was it Swan Lake? I think it was Swan Lake that had the nutcracker. I knew Swan Lake had nutcrackers, but for some reason I thought that um, nutcrackers preceded Swan Lake, so I had no idea why nutcrackers are such a big symbol of Christmas. Look how much I saved. Yeah, you know what? You could have saved more if you just didn't buy any. Walnuts and chestnuts being tied to Christmas, I had to Google it. Apparently, nutcrackers are a symbol of Christmas because of Swan Lake. So it wasn't Swan Lake chose nutcrackers because they were a symbol of Christmas. Nutcrackers became a symbol of Christmas because of Swan Lake. Because the story of Swan Lake takes place on Christmas Eve. I think. Is Swan Lake the one? Is Swan first of all, hold up. Is Swan Lake the one with the nutcracker? Or am I thinking of a different ballet? I am not cultured. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. It's not Swan Lake. It's literally the Nutcracker. The ballet is called Nutcracker. You're right, Say. Ignore everything I just said. Listen, both Swan Lake and Nutcracker are both Tchaikovsky ballets. So at least give me half marks for that. But based on what I read, I think Nutcrackers became a symbol of Christmas because of the Nutcracker. Not Swan Lake. Not Swan Lake. Oh my god. I was confusing myself. That's embarrassing. Oh. Half marks given. Anime movies of the Nutcracker. I see. I think half of the reason why I also got them mixed up, other than the whole Tchaikovsky thing, is that Barbie did a movie on both of them. She did it. There was a movie, Barbie in Swan Lake and Barbie in the Nutcracker. So I got both of my Barbie movies mixed up. How dare I? Yeah, the Barbie versions. Unfortunately, the Nutcracker. I feel like nowadays, if you say the Nutcracker to anyone, the first thing they think of is the dancing rat. I was talking about it to my brother, and the first he was like, "Oh, is that the one with the dancing rats?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But other than that, I don't think Nutcrackers have any other reason to be a symbol of Christmas other than the Tchaikovsky ballet and maybe the whole chestnuts roasting on an open fire thing. Maybe. But it's kind of insane. I went shopping and there were so many nutcrackers. I feel like nutcrackers have kind of overtaken Santa Claus in shops. The toy soldier? The toy soldier. Toy soldier. Do I know what you're talking about? I don't think I know what you're talking about. But when you say toy soldier, I'm reminded of the kid show Toy Castle. I hated it. I hated the kid show Toy Castle so much. It always gave me the creeps. Unfortunately, I have siblings, and just because I didn't like it doesn't mean my siblings didn't like it. So when it came on TV when I was a kid, I still had to watch it. It's same with Miss Spider, Sunny Patch Kids, or Sunny Patch Friends. Miss Spider and the Sunny Patch Friends with Spiderus. I also really didn't like that show. I just don't like bugs in general. But my sister liked that show. So growing up with siblings means that there's compromise and I have to watch the shows that she wanted to watch. No, I've never heard of that one, say. The Tin Soldier missing a leg trying to save a ballerina from a Jack in the Box. What is what's the connection between a toy soldier and a ballerina? Like why are toy soldiers connected to ballerinas? Is it just the whole maybe the ballerina from a music box? The old school one. I guess so, but like is that just is that considered a toy? Is it one of those things where like, oh, little boys will get toy soldiers and little girls will get ballerinas, and obviously they get shipped together because both of them will be in a kid's bedroom. Living tax. Yep. I mean, to be fair, my sisters would watch everything that I wanted to watch, but then I wouldn't want to watch the stuff that they wanted to watch. I don't know. I felt Miss Spider was creepy because I don't know. They're bugs. But then again, I also didn't like Babar, and I don't know what my problem with Babar was. Where is that email? Where's that email? Here. I think. What? Can I? Are you kidding me? Okay. Whatever. There were no Barbies, and the main toy for girls was baby dolls. Okay, I guess shipping a toy soldier with a baby doll would be very problematic, wouldn't it? So I guess ballerina would make sense. When did Raggedy Ann dolls come up about? Like, like Annabelle? Because I'm sure girls had dolls, they just weren't Barbies. Fun fact, Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. Barbara Millicent Roberts. And furthermore, did you know that Ken also has a full name? Kenneth Carson. Got his middle name though. I don't know if this is canon, but according to Life in a Dream House, Ken also has a cousin named Ben. Ken Carson. Hey LP, I'm doing alright. How are you? Wait, the last name is Bystander? I mean, talk about an NPC name. If we're talking about like a name where you're destined to be something, I feel like being being named Miss or Mr. Bystander, like that's peak NPC name. Break time, work break time. We love that. The joke is he tried to say he was an innocent bystander and they misheard him as Millicent Bystander. I mean, did he get away with it? Because if so, then he can be Millicent Bystander all he wants. Which one, man? Phew. That's a weird name, said everyone, immediately going back to what they were doing. I feel like nowadays, though, everyone's trying to name their kids something unique to the point where unique names are no longer unique, they're just weird. It is really interesting seeing the different versions of spelling of the different spellings of Ashley, Kaylee, anything with a Lee at the end. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. Oh my god, you know what happened at work last week? Last week, Last week we were supposed to receive like 100 emails from someone. We were working on something and we were supposed to receive like 100 emails. However, the person who was sending us the emails did not know how to bulk send emails. So instead we got... so instead that person decided to print out all 100 emails. I had a great time scanning all of those emails into our computer. It was great. Not gonna lie, it kind of made my day because that was... the work didn't suck so much as it made me laugh. The thing that did suck though was that it was like over 600 pages of paper that I had to scan in. The thing that sucked is that our scanner can only take in so many, like it can only send so many scans at once. So I had to scan them like in chunks of, 20 pages, whatever. But then just when I got to the end, my last like 60 pages, that's when the scanner was like, nope, I don't want to send this anymore. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You can't fail on me on my last 60 pages? That's just cruel. Cruel and unusual punishment. Not gonna lie, like I said, the work didn't suck, but at that moment, I wanted to cry. Oh, I forgot I have a grilled cheese sandwich that I didn't finish eating yet. Oh well. Oh no. Never mind. No yawning, it's contagious. I'm sorry. I was definitely yawning in hopes of making you sleepy. I'm sorry that you caught on to my insidious plan. Oh my goodness. Maybe if I make enough people sleepy, then maybe I can end work faster? That's how it works, right? If everyone's sleepy, it means we can leave work early. Make me sleepy. I mean, I feel like the backlash of me making people sleepy because of my power is that I also get sleepy. If you've watched One Piece, do you remember it was way early when it was Usopp's arc, the one where we met Usopp, where there was the hypnotist, Django. Whenever he would hypnotize people, he would accidentally hypnotize himself. Might be just that. When I wave my hand, you will fall asleep. Falls asleep myself. Double-edged sword. Yes. Oopsie. Forgot to do this. Oh no! Wait! Oh no. Oh, oh my god, what is up with me? I swear, I actually had a pretty good amount of sleep. Oh yeah, it was Black Friday. Black Friday? Yes. It was Black Friday recently. Did anyone go shopping, or were you guys just a victim of the whole shopping? To be honest, I feel like I've been getting Black Friday and Boxing Day mixed up all the freaking time. Like when people told me that it was Black Friday, I was like, "What do you mean? It's not even December yet. How is it already Black Friday?" And honestly, I feel like sales nowadays have gotten so bad, disgusting. Like, can they even be considered sales anymore? If the sale doesn't even cover tax? Like, I feel like if in order to call yourself a sale, you should at least be able to cover the tax. The sale should at least be able to cover the tax. If not, is it really considered a sale? If you fall asleep with everyone, no one will say it's me. What do you mean? I didn't cause everyone to fall asleep. Look, I was a victim myself. No, didn't get paid in time. Ay, ay, ay. Unless it's dropping under $20, you're like, meh. You know what? That's fair enough. $20. Anytime I need to talk myself out of buying something, I just have to put it in reference to something. So even if some people will be like, oh, you know, $20 isn't a lot, I go like, okay, but think of it this way, you know, $20 is still a fifth of $100. But only five $20 is $100. That's a lot of money, and $100 is a lot of cash. So because of that, $20 is a lot of cash. Oh, you think $10 is cheap? Well, $10 is half of $20, which is a fifth of $100. So that means it's a lot of money. Isn't that the opposite of girl math? Because girl math is trying to make everything seem like it's free. What's the opposite of girl math? I feel like the way that maths out is just like mom math, dad math. Microtransactions. Exactly, yes. See, that's how I get around my free to play. My free to playism. Like, yes, $5 in theory is not a lot, but I could get like a 6-inch Subway sandwich for that. Actually, not even. I feel like a 6-inch from Subway nowadays is like $7. I saw this one thing where I know this is something that happens. Like, I know for sure this is something that happens, but I also saw on social media that apparently Michaels is doing it, the art store Michaels, where, you know, they'll say something is half off, but all they're really doing is doubling the price of an object and then saying that it's half off. So really you're paying full price because they're half offing a double priced item. And I feel like that's so disgusting. Because the ones I've seen, it's more of like, you know, they'll just stick a label on top of another label saying that it's half off. But the fact that a big corporate company like Michaels is doing something like that is so disgusting. And then they make it so that apparently none of their discount codes will work either. So not only are you buying something for full price, but you can't use a discount code to make it cheaper. And apparently it was because someone found out because they saw online that something was going to be like, oh, $6. You know, half off for $6. Or no, regular price $6, but they're doing a promotion for half off, which was going to be $3. So then they went in store for the item and they saw that even though it was half off, it was still $6. And they were really confused about it. Because what do you mean it's $6? And then apparently she saw that they adjusted it so that the full price was going to be like $12. And the half off was $6, even though online it said that the full price was $6 and she would have gotten it for $3. Everything at Michael's is also really expensive already anyway, so what even was the point? I feel like a lot of people are really reluctant to go to Michael's because of how expensive everything is, and if you pull out something like that and scam customers, will you even have any customers left? I feel like that's why there are so few craft stores nowadays. Because crafting supplies are already so expensive. Have I not collected anything? What the heck? Chapter. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to be reading and not gaming. Oopsie. Okay, let's take a look. Reading. And let's change the lighting to morning. A little bit of morning reading. That's nice. There's the moon in the background. Coolio. Do this anymore. What the heck was this? Oh my god, Introduction to Financial Statements. I feel like I need to read this. Sometimes I feel so financially illiterate, it's kind of funny. And other times I think that I know everything. Oh no, not Bufferland! What's happening at... Oh no, welcome back! But no, it was a whole thing about Michael's, the art and craft store. Apparently, they were faking their discounts for Black Friday or something. So they would advertise something as 50% off, but then they'll slap it. They'll actually make the item 2 times as much, so 50% off will still be full price. So apparently someone saw that, allegedly. And if that's true, that's really scummy. The fact that big corporations already have money and they need more money. Like I don't even blame them for wanting more money. It's the unethical business practices. that really suck. Exactly. I was saying that too. They're already so expensive. Like crafting supplies are so expensive that making them even more expensive, like you're just gonna lose all the customers that you have. Not only are they expensive, but now you're scamming them? Hello? Okay, that's true. Like, when is enough enough? Like, who's out here making these decisions? Like, who's out here going like, oh, you know what we're gonna do? Like, how do you even bring that up at a board meeting or something? And how do you get people to agree to that? I feel like you're going to have to be really confident that you work with scummy people to bring that up in a board meeting and go like, hey, so guys, I had the greatest idea, you know? What if we just scam people? Like, imagine having the confidence to bring up that idea and then everyone else agreeing. Like, there are times where I'll have like a thought like, oh, you know, what if I XYZ? And then, like, what if what if I XYZ? But then I don't even have the confidence to say that out loud. I'll just keep it in my head. Like, haha, what if I just like throw away my work and pretend I lost it? You know, stuff like that. But imagine having the confidence to like announce that to like, I don't know, maybe some stakeholders and stuff. Hi, Tissue. They hire consultants. Yeah, but imagine being a consultant that you're hired as a consultant and you're just so bad at your job. It's like, hey, how do you think I can make money? Well, and then you just like don't have any ideas on how to make money. So you're like, what if we just do something unethical? Like that's just so, huh? Like at that point, you're just telling me that you suck at your job. If your whole job is helping people make money and your idea is just, why don't you scam people? Like at that point, I don't know if my business would suck or if you suck at the whole consulting thing. Maybe both. It's not a scam until there are laws against it. No. That sounds like something a scammer would say. It's always so frustrating whenever I'm watching like crime documentaries and like people who are clearly doing something, you know, kind of illegal or unethical, and they get away with it because of a technicality. Drives me up the wall. And then of course that's how laws are created. What's that saying? Like laws are created on the blood of people or something. Hey VG. It's not illegal until someone finds out. And then at that point they just apologize, but they're not apologizing for doing it, they're apologizing for getting caught. Because I feel like there are so many of those moments where I'm watching a crime documentary and it's like, it's against my religion to divorce. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get rid of my spouse. Like, come on. I'm pretty sure if what? And like, where does this rationale come from? I'm just kidding. So annoying. It's just a prank, bro. Loophole found. Speaking of the whole oh wow, I feel like all of my conversation topics today have just been really depressing. But speaking of the whole stepping out on your partner thing, there was this whole like scandal online of like this woman who was just really proud of being the other woman, that she kind of created a community of other women, or like, you know, the affair partners. We made an entire community of them where they just get together and talk about the men that they quote unquote lured away from their wives, and they would just make fun of the wives and stuff for it. And that's just so disgusting. Like, imagine being so proud that you're helping destroy a marriage, that you end up making fun of the victim and everything for it. Gross. Apparently her whole money making scheme was just coaching other women how to become a successful affair partners. And that's what? Even if you can't catch them for one thing, wait till they do another. Yeah, they'll have confidence that they can do it. They'll have confidence that they can do it, and they'll do it again. If they do it once, they'll do it again. Yes, Misery Loves Company, the business. I no, I don't think it's that one. It's what is it called? What, I think they literally call it the other women. All right, VG. Good luck at work or school, whatever you're doing. Yeah, her business is called The Other Woman and the Wife, and her whole thing is just like, oh, it's not an affair. It's just complicated. And then apparently, anyways, the whole thing came to light because they were making fun of this poor wife who didn't know her husband was having an affair with, I think it was like her friend or something. And the friend was part of this like cheating community. And she was out here, posting pictures of herself on a date with this man, posting pictures of the wife, making fun of the wife, and talking about how much the husband hates the wife. And basically, and everyone was talking about how she was so amazing for going through this affair, and basically everyone was just like coming together to make fun of this poor wife who didn't even know she was getting cheated on. And then the wife found out, and she joined the community to see what they were talking about her, what they were talking about. And then she was so disgusted that she ended up screenshotting a bunch of these, going to her lawyer about it. So now there's a whole lawsuit. Good, right? I'm glad. I hope the lawsuit goes well in favor of the wife. But apparently, obviously, the cheating coach side of things is all like, oh, she infiltrated my community. She's out here trying to defame me and blah 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 blah. How dare you leak private whatever's from my community out there? Imagine playing the victim for something like that. Hmm? Oh no! Someone who's been received on the receiving end? No, that sucks. Oh. Luckily, I've never had to be on that receiving end, but I can imagine how much that's gonna suck. I just hope that the victims know that they basically have the entire internet behind them, because I feel like if you're an ethical person, you can't align yourself with someone who calls himself the cheating coach, unironically, and be able to live with yourself. Like, imagine hearing the entire story and one party is calling themselves the cheating coach and still being able to live with yourself. I think the lawsuit's still ongoing, but apparently there was a lot of really disgusting things that came out of that whole situation. It wasn't just like finding proof of like, them making fun of the wife. It was a bunch of other things that was really disgusting. Ugh. And the fact that like, stuff like cheating it's technically not illegal. Like cheating is technically right? I don't know. I don't know the laws. I mean, this is also this is currently an American case. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure America, they have like different laws for different states. I don't even know which state this one is. But yeah, it's gross. It's so gross. If you're married, depending on the state, cheating plays a huge factor. And it's like a aggravating, mitigating factors type of thing. I would assume. But like, it's not technically illegal, as in, I don't think you can be thrown to jail for cheating. But you can, but like, damages are definitely a thing. Like, emotional damages, financial damages, I think are definitely a thing. No, otherwise jails would be full, right? God, can you imagine a jail of just all? You know what? A jail with just all people who are cheaters is basically that community. I feel like a prison with all cheaters is basically the other women community. They don't have any prison guards or anything, but it's, you know? I mean, they probably have more freedom in that community because of the whole you're not actually in prison thing, but ugh. Gross. What? Wait, why did all my printers disappear? There we go. Just a gated community of cheaters, we all know what you are. Well, now apparently the internet knows who. Well, I guess the internet doesn't know who everyone is, but they know at least who the owner of the business is and her, I guess, business partners. But I don't know at what state the lawsuit's at, but can you? I feel like it's going to be so devastating if they release the names of everyone who's in that community. If they ever do that, or if they did do that, I sense that divorce lawyers are going to have a lot of work coming their way. And I hope the spouse who got cheated on wins, all of them. Hopefully. Minus some other circumstances, like if that other spouse was also cheating. Which in that case, why are you guys even married to each other? Oh, on a funnier note, or like I guess in a slightly more wholesome note, I don't know if this is considered more wholesome, but it is kind of funny where I think this is I think I read that this happened in China where there's a guy who has a wife. His parents wanted to give him a house or wanted to transfer like some property to their son's name, but apparently the transfer fee was going to be astronomical, or well, not astronomical, but it was going to be a high transfer fee. However, apparently giving property to your spouse is actually a lot cheaper, like just a couple $100 versus the few $1,000s to transfer to like a son, because as a spouse you technically already share the property, so transferring the property to your spouse's name is a lot cheaper. So apparently what they did was, oh my god, this is so convoluted, but the son divorced his wife, and then his parents also divorced. So now all four of them are single. And then the son's father, who owns the property currently, marries his son's wife, or currently ex-wife, and then transfers the property to his new wife's name, his son's ex-wife's name. So now his son's ex-wife owns that property, and then they got divorced, and then the son remarried his ex-wife, and then his father remarried his mother. So apparently that all worked out to just a few $100s instead of the few $1,000s. And I was like, wow, the amount of trust this the amount of trust that this entire little group of people have with each other, but also that's kind of ingenious if you can find someone that you trust enough to do all that. Another loophole. See, there are loopholes like this that I find humorous. I know there's people who will exploit it, but I feel like things like this, it's kind of wholesome and cute in this context. Because let's be real, that their son's wife could have absconded with that property as soon as the father divorced her, instead of getting back together with the son, you know? But she didn't. She remarried her ex-husband? You know, and that's the whole thing. They didn't do anything wrong, you know, they just worked with what they had. And they didn't have a lot of money, and apparently getting divorced is really cheap. Getting divorced and married there is really cheap. Wonder how they even figured out the logistics. I wonder if people at the courthouse, because I'm assuming this is kind of like a courthouse wedding type of thing, or like, you know, just a signing of the papers. It wasn't an official, like a full-blown wedding ceremony type of thing. But can you imagine working at the courthouse at that moment and just seeing the same four people come by over and over again? Like, that's a story for the ages. 30th was yesterday. Joy. I can't believe we're finally in December. Open up your advent calendars if you have them, guys. I know what you're doing, but I can't prove it. And at that point, you know what? I applaud them. At that point, I would applaud them. Because even sometimes I'll look at someone, I'm like, that's so underhanded, that's actually kind of genius. Like, that's not on the cusp of, like, you know, that's not like morally or ethically wrong, but that's just kind of ingenious. I have to applaud it. Did you know there was a subreddit called Unethical Life Hacks? Where they just give you a bunch of life hacks to get out of certain situations, or, you know, to get yourself into certain situations without any problems. Time goes by way too fast. Sometimes it goes way too fast, and other times it doesn't go fast enough. Like right now, I'm at the cusp of I have a lot of work. I kind of need the time. And then I know that once like for me, 4 o'clock hits, everything's gonna crawl. And then after that, time's gonna speed up because I'm going to need to get so much stuff done. Traveling to another moon is a lot of work. Work that I haven't even worked on yet. Guys, what do you need for traveling? Okay, I'm gonna need chargers. I'm gonna need... What else am I gonna need? Clothes. Man, I kind of wish I had a Switch. My sister's bringing her Switch, which means she can game. But no, I'm currently downloading so many books. We all control time because of our perception. That's too philosophical for me. I read that and I was like, that makes sense. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense. But when I think about it, perception does make sense. That's a kind of really genius. Hi Bella, how long have we been streaming? About 2 hours. Had a stroke trying to read that. We all control time through our own perception of it. Like, can we put that on like a background with a sunset and like some soft piano music? That would have done numbers on Tumblr, I think. Chargers, toothpaste, toothbrush, brushes. Right, I need my hairbrush. Bella, are you back from your vacation, Bella? Is that why? Is that why you have a headache? Oh no, I saved that in the wrong place. Oh well. What are we talking about? We were talking about a lot of different things. We were talking about Black Friday. We were talking about loopholes. We were talking about. Right now, we're talking about traveling. Because I will be traveling to another moon in the next couple of days and I'll be away for a bit. So, no streams. No streams then. Unfortunately, something came up. So, no streams. But I will be back to streaming in about 2 weeks. I'm gonna consider it my internet detox. I'm already suffering from it. Like just thinking about it gets me like, oh, what am I gonna do without the internet? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm far too much in the digital age. You mean I'm gonna have to read books without music in the background? What? You mean I'm gonna have to live like I did when I was a kid? What? Weeks? I'm sorry. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. I won't forget you guys. But also don't forget me in a way that's very non-parasocial. Just keep me in your thoughts. Keep me in your thoughts. Just imagine me just sitting there in grass, just touching it like this is what it feels like. You know? Hair ties, bobby pins. Oh my god, you're right. I'm gonna need to remember things like that too. Okay, I should right before I go. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up a list. I need a packing list. Pack. Okay. Here's the thing. If I make a list to pack, I have to like individually specify what chargers I need because there have been times where I'm traveling and I'll be like, okay, chargers. So I grab whatever chargers I think I need, and then I get to my destination and I realize I forgot like I forgot the wall block charger for my laptop. So okay. Um No! I'm gonna become a nostalgia trip. Everyone's gonna forget me and just go like, ah, oh, I seem to remember someone. Do I have a portable charger? Right, portable charger. Am I gonna need? I'm gonna need a charger for my portable charger too. Good catch. Lip balm. I need a lip balm. I can't. I need lip balm. whenever we have like family outings, my portable charger becomes everyone's like number one priority. Except for mine, low key. And then I forget about it and I cry. What? Why is there an update? I was just using this. Oh, there we go. Candy. I was out yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday, I think. Whatever. But I was out and I found a little anime store that had merch, Arknight's merch. So obviously I reached out to my friends to see if they wanted any. And I ended up spending so much money on that merch that the owner of the little shop, she gave me like 2 handfuls of like the complimentary candy, guava candy. So now I just have a bunch of guava candy. You know what? I consider that a win. Snacks? For sure. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm a high roller there. None of that merch was even for me. That shop owner lady was so nice to me. She was like, take your time, blah, blah, blah. Little does she know, none of this is for me. Do I often have candy as a snack? Well, to me, candy isn't really considered a snack. Candy is considered like a sweet to me. It's not really a snack. For me, snacks are more like fruit, crackers, um, maybe some chips. Something that can at least fill me up a little bit. Like even chocolate can be more of a snack than candy because candy is just pure sugar. Also, hi Horde God, hello. But yes, I do enjoy myself some candy. But if I were to bring snacks, I'll probably bring some cookies or crackers. Snacks are savory? Yeah, but stuff like fruit snacks, they're not savory. Like, you know, those like fruit leather? Like, I think that can be considered a snack, but that's not exactly savory. That's sweet. I guess snack is whatever our parents allow us to take to school. Wet wipes is good. Tissue. Tissue. I should bring like pocket tissue. You don't usually have snacks or sweets? I think snack sweets. Actually, this is tough. I was gonna say sweets can be considered a snack. Kind of, maybe. Like chocolate chip cookies. I think some kids will bring chocolate chip cookies as a snack to school, but it's also a sweet. I think. Except I think cookies lean more towards snacks, and I feel like sweets are more like, you know, dessert, treats. We have some very important discussions around here. Snacks versus sweets. If there's a snack size, it's a snack. Snack size chips, yeah. Snack size cookies, yeah. Snack size cereal. Snack size. Am I trying to? I'm trying to picture myself running down the aisles of like a supermarket and trying to think of what I would take. Teddy Grahams? Oh my god, I haven't had Teddy Grahams in so long. Those are good. Have you guys ever had bear paws? I think they were called bear paws. They didn't really look like bear paws. They were so good. I think I especially liked them because they were so soft. No, not the. Mm, are they considered a pastry? They're more like a very soft cookie. I don't think it's considered a pastry because it's not. See now, what's a pastry? Like, what is considered a pastry? Oh my god! I just searched up pastry cookie, and the first thing that showed up was Cookie Run Kingdom. Stop. Bear claw. No, the cookie I was talking about are called bear paws. They're like super soft, like can barely like it can barely hold itself up type of soft. And do you guys remember Dunkaroos? Good old Dunkaroos. To be honest, Oreo cookies are not my favorite. I don't really like Oreo cookies. I like my cookies to be nice and soft. I like chewy cookies. So Oreos are very not really my thing. What else? I don't have a neck pillow. Oh, I'm gonna need to bring my. I don't have a neck pillow. So, like, do you think I should just bring up? Do you guys bring pillows when you're? I know some people they can't like sleep away from home without like their own pillow and stuff. Are you guys that type of people? Do you need your own pillow and stuff? What do I need to do? I need to go here. April, May, June. May, June, July. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yes. I know my month. And da 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 da. Who is doing? Why is this not banging downstairs? Right? And then oopsie. Oh, oopsie. Drop that. You want need to bring yours because you're finicky with how soft or firm a pillow is. I'm actually not that picky. Needing a pillow. I think for some people it is stuff like what Say is saying, which is like firmness, softness. I mean, if you have it, like don't fix what's not broke type of situation. I guess other people it is homesickness. For me, I don't particularly care. I just need a pillow. But I know some people who really care about like what their pillow is. Like some people are just really used to their preferred method of sleeping. Though I am very worried about pillows now because I feel like every time I go out of town now, there's never a proper pillow. Like my first couple of times away from home, there just wasn't a pillow. There was no pillow, so I had to just take some of my own clothes out of my bag and use that as a pillow, which wasn't ideal. And then another time I was out of town, the pillow was way too soft. Like when I put my head down, it would wrap around my head. That's how soft the pillow was. And I was not about that life. So in the end, again, in that situation, I again just got rid of the pillow and just used like laundry as my pillow. Huh? Why does this already? Why does this already have a? Oh. heard me. I was not about to run into trouble on my like last half hour of work. Six, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then hey Incubus, how's everyone doing today? We're doing okay. You went to the fancy hotel and the pillows were too soft. Honestly, when a pillow's too soft, I just take bath towels or laundry, fold it up, and use those as my pillow. Hey, congratulations on getting off work! Woo! Soon, I'll be there soon. Woo! Oh, speaking of, when I was going to 5, 6, 7, 8, I saw somewhere online that apparently, you know how kids nowadays are going like 6, 7 and stuff like that? Apparently a great way for them to stop is just to out cringe them by going like 8, 9. Like I've seen clips of like parents doing that to their kids and like they would just scream. When your kids are cringe, you gotta out cringe them. If anyone here has kids who go 6, 7, please do 8, 9 and let me know what happens out of that. I think I even saw a video of the Grinch doing it to some kids. They can't handle the cringe. That's why dad jokes work so well, right? Like dad jokes are a thing, and they will stay being a thing because someone needs to out cringe the kids. You saw the video? Yes! The one with the Grinch, right? And the kid was like, actually, that's pretty good. I saw other follow-up videos where like parents were going, that's actually genius because I did that to my kid and he won't stop screaming. Here's the thing. If someone who is not a kid does something, it's automatically cringe. And if it's cringe, then kids won't do it anymore, right? So someone, not me, someone with a really thick skin, like the thick skin of a parent, needs to take one for the team and start doing that in front of kids. So who here is willing to take one for the team, guys? Wait, did I print that other one? Oh well, if I didn't, I'll print it again like tomorrow. Hmm. Okay. Dokie, I can close that. You volunteer as tribute. Perfect. Got your dad jokes locked and loaded. Where does the moon start? Where it is full. That's good. That's good. I'll need to start pulling that out every time I finish dinner. Mm. You do exist. You are a real person. I don't know why I said it like that. Were you? What am I doing? Oops. There we go. What is this? I don't think that's the right one. This one? Hmm. Alrighty. Whatever. Flippity floppity. Yeah, and I was confused, and then I got myself together, and then I got confused again, and then I got myself together just to find out I can't even work on this. What the heck? Well, that was some time wasted, but you know. Do I want to switch up the music? Maybe I'll switch up the music. What am I listening to right now? What the heck? Drifting away in thoughts. Drifting away in thoughts. You know, this makes it the second working stream in a row that I haven't caught any new spirits. What the heck? Am I just really bad at this? City passing by. My city has deal for writing letters. Writing letters? And then the city passing by. Maybe the afternoon? Do I have one that's like just the city? Holiday melodies? What does that sound like? No. How can I make this more... I'm trying to get an early start. Early start, which means maybe morning. Morning, early start on writing some letters home. So she's writing now. Oh, I got myself writing. So maybe let's do this and see if I get anything. Yeah, it's kind of odd, isn't it? I feel like when I was doing the base game, I was getting something every other like half hour. But now, no. Oh, today's Cyber Monday. I forgot about that. what? Okay, you know what? I don't have to do this. I have other work to do. The only time I'm grateful for other work is when it gets me out of doing something that I don't want to do. I mean, eventually I'll have to get to it. Just, not now. Three, four, five. Five, five, five. This. This little guy's so cute. This little guy kind of reminds me of Mimikyu. Cute. Two, three. Three, three. That's right. 'Legally distinct, yes. Who's that candle Pokemon? I remember there was a candle Pokemon. This looks like a mix between that candle and Mimikyu. Candelure? Is it Candelure? Lumiere? Do I hear construction going on downstairs? What the heck is going on? Oh god. How many hours a day do I work? Holy cow, wait. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see if I can finish this in the next 15 minutes. Let's see. Go. Oh, Litwick. Litwick. The Pokemon I was thinking of was Litwick. A mix between Litwick and Mimikyu. Hmm. Honestly, Pokemon has some really cute, like, ghostly looking Pokemon. Cure? Cry of the Heart? Is that what this... I don't know French. Right, that's actually a thing. Okay. Oh, I am right. Oh my god, I'm so good at French. I can't pronounce it. Cri de coeur? The candle. Yes, the candle one. The candle one mixed with Mimikyu. Doesn't it kind of look like it? I just realized that that pin is poking straight into this little guy's eyeball. That's gotta be painful. Not that it wouldn't be painful anywhere else, but the eyeball? Maybe it has no eyes there and it's a Cyclops. Hold on, you know what I can do? I can take a look. Here, little guy. Can I? Oh my god, you're right. There is no eyeball there. I think you're right. There is no eyeball. Wait, this one's kind of sick. That's really cool. Wait, is the paper's eye that the paper move? Oh my god, the paper does move. It is kind of like its other eye. Oh, this one has a little broken heart. That's gonna break my heart. I think the paper is his eye because if you look at this, the first of all, it aligns with the eye, and then it also moves when he gets stabbed. Aww, precious baby. And the bottom line is that's so cute. Wait, do you do any activities that change you? Typing, sleeping. Oh, this one it is. Oh, look, the eye does change. This is open, and then this is closed. Sipping, reading, taking photo, looking. Oh, buddy, you don't do anything else? You don't have any other idle animation other than just reading? Oh, this one's cute. The yawn, the yawn. Wait, I kind of really love this one. I'm keeping this one. I think I can send this. Oh my god, I'm gonna beat the clock. Maybe you're right. Maybe I can control time through my perception of what perception of what did you what was the saying? Like I almost like had a stroke there trying to speak. Here we go, yippee! So hungry, hungry, hungry. Wait, I'm so close to finishing. Wait. Where is it? Oh my god, hold on, I forgot. I'm so close to being done. Okay, I am done. No? Fine, I can close this as well. Yippee! Hooray! Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Adios. Sayonara. Tata. Bye, Dan. Bye bye. Fare thee well. Bonsoir. Shut down. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Oh my god, I'm free. I'm free. Oh, happy day. Cacaw freedom. Wait, eagles don't go cacaw, right? They go scree or something. Have you guys seen that whole thing that apparently there are what do people say? Don't they say that there are more American eagles in Canada than there are in America? I've actually seen some. There's like a couple nesting where I used to live, which is really cool. Yeah. Yeah, fun fact, there are more bald eagles in Canada than in the USA. I think that's so funny. Cookie Run Kingdom runtime? Not right now. Not right now. I need to go grab myself a snack. I need to finish the laundry. I'm once I end stream here, I'm going to set up the waiting room for Cookie Run Kingdom stream. Oh, for you. But yes, for me, it'll probably be a bit later tonight because I have so much to do. I have so much to do. But yes, hopefully I'll see you guys there. But yes, there are more bald eagles in Canada than in the United States. What does that mean for that? There's got to be some sort of analogy somewhere. Well, allegedly, anyway. I need to figure this out. Location, range. curious. 110,000 in Canada. Wait, but what about the States? Oh, actually, that might be wrong then. It looks like there may be more in the United States. That probably is true, but that would have been really funny if there were more bald egos in Canada than there was in the States. That would have been really funny. But anyways, with that fun fact, I'm gonna end stream here. I'll set up the waiting room for Cookie Run Kingdom for later tonight. I'll see you guys there, hopefully. Thank you guys for working with me. I know there wasn't a lot of anything exciting, but you know, work's not that exciting anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys later tonight. Thanks for chilling with me. Ta-ta!